Oh, little harp.
Royal Tenenbaum bought the house on Archer Avenue in the winter of his 35th year. Over the next decade, he and his wife had 3 children, and then they separated. Ethelene Tenenbaum kept the house and raised the children, and their education was her highest priority.
I need $187.
Write yourself a check.
She wrote a book on the subject.
What in the world?
Tenenbaum had since elementary school taken most of his meals in his room, standing up at his desk with a cup of coffee to save time.
Like Chad when he edits. Little editing super genius. Unless, of course, it's Jesse or John that edits this video.
Preternatural understanding of international finance. He negotiated
Really?
his father's summer house on Eagles Island.
The actor, the kid, looks familiar.
Hold it, Chazzy. Hold it right there.
What are you doing? You're on my team.
There are no teams.
Ah!
The BB was still lodged between 2 knuckles in Chaz's left hand. Margot Tenenbaum was adopted at age 2. Her father had always noted this when introducing her.
This is my adopted daughter, Margot Tenenbaum.
She was a playwright, one of
Always noted.
$50,000 in the 9th grade.
So they are super geniuses.
She and her brother Richie ran away from home one winter and camped out in the African wing of the public archives. They shared a sleeping bag and survived on crackers and root beer. 4 years later, Margot disappeared alone for 2 weeks and came back with half a finger missing.
What happened?
Richie Tenenbaum had been a champion tennis player since the 3rd grade. He turned pro at 17 and won the U.S. Nationals 3 years in a row. He kept a studio in the corner of the ballroom, but had failed to develop as a painter. On weekends, Royal took him on outings around the city. These invitations were never extended to anyone else. Richie's best friend Eli Cash lived with his aunt in a building across the street. He was a regular fixture at family gatherings, holidays, mornings before school, and most afternoons. The 3 Tenenbaum children performed Margot's first play on the night of her 11th birthday. They had agreed to invite their father to the party.
What'd you think, Dad?
Didn't seem believable to me.
Well, did you at least think the characters were well developed?
What characters? There's a bunch of little kids dressed up in the animal costumes.
Good night, everyone.
He had not been invited to any of their parties since.
I was gonna say.
In fact, virtually all memory of the brilliance of the young Tenenbaums had been erased by 2 decades of betrayal, failure, and disaster.
Go, Mordecai.
Mordecai, what a cute name. Okay. Na 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 na. Ben Stiller. Okay, so my 3rd time saying Ben Stiller. Oh, wow. I just know Owen Wilson says, wow. I don't believe I've seen a Bill Murray movie before. Well, like, not a Bill Murray movie, but a movie with Bill Murray. We've seen him before. In Anchorman. I like that it's like a book.
Royal had lived in the Lindbergh Palace Hotel for 22 years.
22 years.
No one in his family had spoken to him in 3 years.
Read her back to me so far, Pietro.
Dear Eli, I'm in the middle of the ocean. I haven't left my room in 4 days. I've never been more lonely in my life, and I think I'm in love with Margot.
Richie had retired from professional tennis at 26. His last match had been widely discussed in the media.
Oh no.
Your friend Richie, end of letter.
Are they all having misfortune right now?
Eli was an assistant professor of English literature at Brooks College.
Well, everyone knows Custer died at Little Bighorn. What this book presupposes is, maybe he didn't? You think I'm especially not a genius?
I just don't use that word lightly.
Margot,
Uh-huh.
may I come in, please?
How are you, my darling?
Margot was married to the writer and neurologist Raleigh Sinclair.
I love this like repeating pattern in how it's books each time.
You need to eat something.
No, thank you.
She was known for her extreme secrecy. For example, none of the Tenenbaums knew she was a smoker, which she had been since the age of 12, nor were they aware of her first marriage and divorce to a recording artist in Jamaica. She kept a private studio in Mockingbird Heights. She had not completed a play in 7 years.
Couldn't tell you. What in the world?
Hurry! Fire alarm! Let's go! Go!
Why is he doing this? What did he grab?
Lucy, emergency! Let's go!
Oh my god, he's not having it.
Chaz's wife, Rachel, was killed in a plane crash the previous summer.
Go, man! This is fire! Go! 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 Go!
Chaz and their two sons, Ari and Uzi, were also on the flight and survived, as did their dog, who was discovered in his cage several thousand yards from the crash site.
Buckley, he's like, I'm too old for this shit.
4 minutes, 48 seconds. We're all dead.
Over the last 6 months, he had become increasingly concerned with their safety. Etheline became an archaeologist and had overseen excavations for the Department of Housing and the Transit Authority. She taught a bridge class twice a week with her friend and business manager, Henry Sherman.
It would probably be advantageous for your marital status to be legally established as single.
What do you mean?
I mean for tax purposes. Will you marry me? I love you. Did you already know that?
No, I didn't.
Since her separation from her husband, she had had many suitors, but had not considered a single one until this moment.
Let me think about it, Henry.
Hello, please tell Mr. Royal this is the pagoda.
There's a call for you, Mr. Tenenbaum.
Who is it, Frederick?
A Mr. Pagoda?
What do you got?
The black man asked her to be his wife.
What'd Ethel say?
She thinks about it.
I don't like the sound of this one damn bit. Lord knows I've had my share of infidelities, but she's still my wife.
Hardly.
And no damn two-bit chartered accountant is going to change that.
I don't know. Is he moving back in with his kids? A fire extinguisher?
What's going on?
We got locked out of our apartment.
I don't understand. Did you pack your bags before you got locked out, or how did you?
It's not safe over there. The apartment. I have to get some new sprinklers and a backup security system installed.
But there are no sprinklers here either.
We might have to do something about that, too.
You have a visitor, my darling.
It's me, sweetie.
She's always in the bathroom.
Raleigh says you've been spending 6 hours a day locked in here, watching television and soaking in the tub. I doubt that. Nor do I think it's very intelligent to keep an electrical gadget on the edge of the bathtub. I tie it to the radiator. Well, it can't be very good for your eyes anyway. Chaz came home. He and Ari and Uzi are going to stay with me for a little while.
Why are they allowed to do that?
I think he's been very depressed.
So am I.
So are you, what?
She's going home too.
That cab has a dent in it.
Has a dent in it, yeah?
You don't love me anymore, do you?
I do, kind of.
I do, kind of. Are they all gonna come back home? And then what are we gonna get into?
Hello.
Hello, beautiful.
My brain, oh god, didn't grasp that at first. But she's adopted.
Stop following me.
Well, I want my family back.
Well, you can't have it. I'm sorry for you, but it's too late.
Baby, I'm dying. Yeah, I'm sick as a dog. I'll be dead in 6 weeks.
What'd they say? What's the prognosis?
Oh my goodness, girl.
Where's the doctor?
No, just wait a second. Okay, listen, I'm not dying. But I need some time, a month or so, okay? I want us to...
Oh my god.
Ethel!
Are you crazy?
Ethel, baby, I am dying.
Are you or aren't you?
What? Dying? Yeah.
Who's your father?
His name is Royal Tenenbaum.
You told us he was already dead.
Yeah, well, now he's really dying.
Well, now he's really dying.
Sorry, Margot.
That's okay. Not actually related anyway.
I'd like to send a response, please. I received your message. I'm coming home as soon as possible.
He had made a request for his usual escort, the one from his days on the circuit, to meet him at the pier by way of the Green Line bus. As always, she was late.
The music to this movie. Talking these days. Oh, come on now. Hell yeah. Okay. I'm enjoying the music selection.
Stand up straight and let me get a look at you.
Etheline found all of her children living together under the same roof for the first time in 17 years.
Yeah, they're all back now.
The next morning, Richie woke at dawn. He had decided birds should not be kept in cages, fed Mordecai 3 sardines, and set him free.
Is Mordecai actually gonna leave, though? Is the thing. Gypsy cab. This little spotted mouse is so cute.
I've missed the hell out of you, my darlings. Well, you know that, though, don't you?
I hear you're dying.
So they tell me.
You don't look so sick, Dad.
Thank you.
What have you got?
I got a pretty bad case of cancer.
Oh, how long are you gonna last?
About 6 weeks. The three of you and your mother are all I've got, and I love you more than anything.
Oh!
Chaz, let me finish. I've got 6 weeks to set things right with you. Will you give me a chance?
All right, here we go.
For everyone?
What do you propose to do?
First thing I want to do is take you out to see your grandmother.
I haven't been out there since I was 6.
I haven't been out there at all. I was never invited.
No, Rachel's buried out there, too.
Who?
My wife.
Oh, that's right, isn't it? Well, we'll have to swing by her grave, too.
Smacks my...
I'll be right back.
Chaz is not having it.
Can I see my grandsons?
Why?
Because I finally want to meet them.
I think we'll pass.
I'll contact you in the next 12 hours with further instructions.
Look who it is.
Hello, Ethel.
Royal, this is Henry Sherman.
Hey, lay it on me, man. How do you do? Not too well. I'm dying.
How's Richie?
I don't know. I can't tell.
He wrote me a letter.
So did she call him
He's in love with you.
in the booth before?
What are you talking about?
That's what he said.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's why I was like, They're so funny. Why does it look like they're in prison?
You know who I am? I'm Royal. I'm very sorry for your loss. Your mother was a terribly attractive woman.
Thank you.
Which one are you?
Ari?
Uzi, I'm your granddad. I'm sorry we haven't gotten to know each other. I don't get invited around very much. How's your daddy?
Fine.
You think so? How often's he got you working out?
16 times a week.
Do me a favor. Tell him you want to meet me.
16 times a
We
week?
just met.
No, we didn't. Look, I'd like us to have a relationship.
No,
We have to pull some strings to make it happen. Now, here's what you tell him. You say,
Well, I bet Mom would have wanted us to meet him before he died. Wouldn't she? Don't you think?
They're so funny. The hair, like their hair, they all look the same. Okay, did they all end up going?
she's a tough old broad, wasn't she?
Excuse me.
Oh, that's right. We've got another body buried here. Take some of these. So what do you think of this big old black buck moving in up there?
Who?
Henry Sherman. You know him?
Yeah,
Is he worth a damn?
I believe so.
What happened to your finger?
Shh. It's okay, I'll tell you. I'm adopted. Did you know that? When I was 14, I went to find my real family. They live in Indiana.
All right.
She lost it on the way to
Right up top there, Sister Maggie.
Indiana. Chopped her finger off and she barely flinched.
Hell of a damn grave. Wish it were mine. You still got that little BB in your hands, has he?
Oh yeah, well.
Why'd you shoot me?
was the object of the game, wasn't it?
We were on the same team.
Were we? You sued me twice, got me disbarred. I don't hold it against you, do I? You think you could start forgiving me?
Why should I?
Because you're hurting me.
Yikes. Yikes. Literally just sitting here thinking about
Kinda.
each of the kids will have their own individual trauma, like separate of each other. And they all honestly probably have no idea.
I know he's a lot older than you are, and you two are having some problems. But anyway, maybe I can help.
By the way, I heard about that letter you sent to Eli.
Oh.
I dropped some cigarettes.
Those aren't mine.
They just fell out of your pocket.
Like they each don't know about how the other one is handling their like family trauma.
Lord, look at you. Did you tell Marco about that letter I wrote to you? Yes, I did.
But I did find it odd when you said you were in love with her. She's married, you know.
Yeah.
And she's your sister.
Adopted. Yeah.
Hello there, Dusty. Hello.
Oh no.
Did you spot me a quarter?
Phone booth.
Hi. It's your dad.
His knuckles are
He's
all.
very lonely. Lonelier than he lets on. Maybe lonelier than he even realizes.
Maybe I'm a little confused here. What are you suggesting?
That he come here and stay in my room.
Where are you gonna sleep?
I'm just gonna camp out upstairs.
I don't mind, Dad, if we like him. Who, Pappy?
Pappy?
He can sleep in the room above us.
Ari, it's not your decision.
Nor is it yours.
Oh God.
Well, he's already up there.
He is.
What?
I think he's asleep because of the medication he's on, but I guess you can wake him up and throw him out.
Get out.
All right. Let me just collect my thing.
Is he even hooked up to anything?
Oh, Dad.
Oh no.
Are you okay?
The fuck you care?
Oh my goodness.
Pagoda, call Dr. McClure.
Take a breath and hold it.
What the heck? He's flatlining.
Is he gonna be all right?
That depends. Is he a fighter?
Yeah.
Then that's the best we've got.
Pagoda's in possession of a parcel containing my will and some instructions for the funeral. I never did stop loving you, by the way. You believe that?
Not really.
You look terrific. The dress is stunning.
She's like all cold and I just like when they do stuff like that, like she's like wearing blue. Like she's cold. Or he wears a blue suit, right? So she's in blue, then it's like she's like on his team now wearing blue. Whereas before, at the birthday party in the big pink room, I'm almost certain she was also wearing pink and now he's in pink.
How long do you intend to stay here?
I don't know.
Are you ever coming home?
Maybe not.
Well, I want to die.
What? Over tea and crumpets right now?
Have you met someone else?
Richard, I know you're terribly close to Margot and probably understand her better than anyone. May I confide in you? I believe she's having an affair.
What do you want to do?
I don't know. Perhaps
find the guy and get him?
Well, no. I thought we.
Who do you think it might be?
I don't know at the moment.
What do you say we go down to Little Tokyo and get some fireworks?
What do you need?
I see you got them crunching numbers for you.
Please don't come in this room.
Jazz has those boys picked up like a
gosh.
jackrabbits, Ethel. You can't raise boys to be scared of life. You gotta brew some recklessness into them.
I think that's terrible advice.
No, you don't.
Okay, see, I'm talking about the colors, remember? Okay. So he puts the blue on over the pink, right? Tries to have a relatable conversation.
The investigation. It's against the law. It was against the law.
Might not be intentional, but oh my god, what are they doing? Dude, have fun.
I don't know where I'm on my way. I'm taking my time.
The gypsy taxi.
See me and Julio down by the school.
He saved my life, you know. 30 years ago, I was knifed in a bazaar in Calcutta. He carried me in the hospital on his back.
Who stabbed you?
He did. There was a price on my head, and he was a hired assassin. Stuck me right in the gut with that shit.
Hey, where have you been?
Oh, we just stepped out to get some air.
No.
What's that?
Oh, no, that's dog's blood.
Come here.
What?
You stay away from my children. Do you understand?
My God, I haven't been in here for years.
Hey, are you listening to me?
Yes, I am! I think you're having a nervous breakdown. I don't think you recovered from Rachel's death.
Chapter 5.
How are you feeling?
I'm having a ball. Loving every minute with this damn crew. I want to thank you for raising our children, by the way. You always put them first, didn't you?
I tried to.
Plus, that it
Why
doesn't.
didn't you give a damn about us, Royal? Why didn't you care?
I don't know. I'm ashamed of myself. You got more grit, fire, and guts than any woman I've ever met. You're true blue, Ethel. You really are.
True blue. See?
How's your love life?
There has to be something about it.
I'd like you to talk to Royal about us, if you don't mind.
I don't think the timing's right for that, Henry.
Well, I agree if I thought he was really going to die in 6 weeks. But I don't.
Actually, I don't believe I'll join you tonight.
He doesn't even stay to hold the door open.
Got the sucker on the ropes.
In the game closet. Playing games. Oh, what is he gonna do?
Hello, I'm calling in regards to Dr. McClure. The name of the patient is Royal Tenenbaum. Is that a tic-tac? How much is he paying you?
What did you do to your hand?
Well,
Nothing.
punched Mordecai's shed.
Etheline, mind coming up here for a minute, please?
What's cooking, Pops?
You'll see.
What's going on?
Goda has something to say.
He has the cancer.
No, he doesn't. I know what stomach cancer looks like. And you don't eat 3 cheeseburgers a day with French fries if you got it.
How would you know?
Uh-oh.
I've had it. Not only is there no Dr. McClure at Kobe General, there is no Kobe General. Closed in 1974.
Oh, shit, man.
Oh, shit, man.
Oh, shit, man.
Yes, can you send a taxi to 111 Archer Avenue right away, please?
The whole family's there.
I know I'm going to be the bad guy on this one. But I just want to say the last 6 days have been the best 6 days of probably my whole life.
Immediately after making this statement, Royal realized that it was true.
Oh, Richie, this illness, this closeness to death, has had a profound effect on me. I feel like a different person. I really do.
Dad, you were never dying.
But I'm going to live.
Goodbye, Dad.
He's not your father.
Neither are you.
Yeah, she can say that because she's adopted. Does he ever win his family back? Because if the last 6 days were the best, then maybe he can... Then maybe, oh my God.
The last time you put a knife at me, hit me?
You son of a bitch.
Everyone's against me.
That's your fault, man.
Yeah, I know, but damn it, I want this family to love me.
I'm not in love with you anymore.
I didn't know you ever were.
Let's not make this any more difficult than it already is.
Okay, I'm not in love with you either.
Yes, I know. You're in love with Richie. You're just sick and gross.
Gentlemen, how much do you already know?
Very little, I'm afraid.
Would you like to examine the report?
Did he hire a PI? What in the world? Music just hard cuts. No fade. No reverb, just hard cut. This might be the best movie soundtrack ever.
You want to play some word games or do some experiments on me or anything?
No.
He's cutting his hair.
That's what you've come.
Dang, I listen to this song all the time, and now I'll always think of this movie. Needle in the hay. He has got a freaking jawline, man. Is he shaving it all? I mean, his hair's looking a little crazy.
Needle in the hay.
Whoa. No.
Dudley, where is he?
Who?
He'll probably sleep for several hours, and then I'll come back to check on him.
And no one's gonna change Dudley's shirt.
Try to kill yourself.
Don't press him right now.
I wrote a suicide note.
Can we read it? No. Can you paraphrase it for us? Is it dark?
Of course it's dark. It's a suicide note.
What? Cover for us, will you, Dusty?
Yes. Yes, Ron.
Jump over that window ledge and then
God.
ventilator shaft.
He's wild.
Richie! Richie! Where's he going? Richie!
How did he get out?
Well, I have to say, he didn't look half bad for a suicide.
He's sneaking in.
If it's time for record. What are you doing in my tent?
Just listening to some records.
And I heard about Eli.
No. Poor Eli. Anyway, we mostly just talked about you. I guess that was the attraction, if you know what I mean.
I have to tell you something.
What's that?
I love you.
I love you too.
His arms, dude.
Why'd you do it? Because of me.
Yeah, but it's not your fault.
You're not gonna do it again, are you?
I doubt it.
I think we're just gonna have to be secretly in love with each other and leave it at that, Richie.
Goodbye, Ruby Tuesday.
Going up.
Yeah.
The floor, sir.
Doesn't matter. So you're elevator operators now?
Yeah, just started.
You asked me why I choked out there that day. I think I may know the answer, and I wanted your advice.
Margot Tenenbaum?
Yeah.
Well, what does she feel about that?
I think she feels confused.
Well, I can understand that. It's probably illegal.
I don't think so. We're not related by blood.
That's true.
He just add the legal technicality that it's his sister, adopted
Well, maybe
sister.
it works. You know something? Don't listen to me. I never understood her myself. I never understood any of us. I wish I had more to offer in that department.
I know you do, Pop.
Did we hear that?
Mordecai.
Yeah.
Stephanie said,
Mordecai.
Came back.
Jiminy crickets, that damn bird must have radar in its brain.
Oh, I need your help with something else.
You got it. What's the situation?
I think Eli may
Hold
be...
it. Pagoda, meet me in the lobby. Let's hit it.
I didn't mean it this second, but...
Hey, Richie.
We want to take you to get some help.
I'm sorry. I don't want to say.
You don't have to say anything.
I always wanted to be a Tenenbaum, you know?
Me too.
I recognize that I have a problem. And I want to get better. I'll just grab my stuff.
There he goes.
What?
There he goes.
He's running away. See, she's in blue again. You see what I'm saying?
I got something for you, Ethel. Actually, I made it.
What's this?
It's a divorce.
From you?
Yes. You just sign here, initial here, and sign there. Here comes my bus. Thanks, Sanchez.
You're welcome.
Are we divorced?
Almost. Sanchez just has to file a paper. I love you, Ethelene. Congratulations, both of you. I didn't think so much of him at first, but now I get it. He's everything that I'm not.
Hello, Richie.
Hi.
This is my son, Walter Sherman.
Hi, Walter. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Henry's your dad?
Yes.
So you've been married before?
Yes, I'm a widower.
You know, I'm a widower myself.
I know you are, Chaz.
Who the heck? Oh, we know exactly, yeah. Oh my god.
Boys!
Eli just crashed his car into the front of the house.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Hurry! Boozy, where are you? They're okay, Chaz. It's okay. They're safe.
Yeah, they ran over Buckley.
What? I think we lost Buckley.
He saved him. Oh, Dad. He pulled him out of the way.
Did I hit anyone? Is everybody okay?
He flew through the window. Yeah, probably the wrong person. Oh my god. Oh my god. Literally. Oh my god. Oh. Craziness at the wedding.
Chaz?
I mean, it's his kids and his wife and... Like, neighbor's yard is like a Zen garden?
Did I hit the dog?
Yeah.
Is he dead?
Yeah.
I need help.
Yeah.
So do I.
Go around to the other side. Can I say something to you, Henry? I've always been considered an asshole for about as long as I can remember, but I'd really feel blue if I didn't think you were going to forgive me.
I don't think you're an asshole, Royal. I just think you're kind of a son of a bitch.
Well, I really appreciate that. Could you let us in your backyard, ma'am? We've got a couple boys back there.
At which point I apparently lost control of the vehicle, smashed into the house, and killed that poor dog.
You're Eli Cash. Love your work.
Oh, how sweet of you to say.
I think he's part mutt. What kind of papers do you have for him? Spark, sit.
Spark plug.
Good boy. I got you a new dog for the boys. I just bought him.
You did?
Spark plug.
Sorry I let you down, Chaz. All of you. I've been trying to make it up to you.
What's his name?
Sparkplug.
That's a weird name for a dog, but...
Welcome. I've had a rough year, Dad.
I know you have, Chaz.
This was one of my first hiding places.
How old do you think those are?
I'd say about 10 years.
Like, everything in this movie just looks so cool.
Royal dug a hole for Buckley behind the garden shed and buried him in a canvas duffel bag. Ethelene and Henry were married 48 hours later in Judge's chambers. Margot's new play was produced at the Cavendish Theater.
This is my adopted daughter, Elaine Levinson.
It ran for just under 2 weeks and received mixed reviews. Eli checked himself into a rehabilitation hospital in North Dakota.
This is the grip that Rod Laver used. Are you familiar with Laver?
Richie started a program teaching competitive tennis to 8 to 12-year-olds at the 375th Street Y. Royal had a heart attack at the age of 68. Chaz rode with him in the ambulance and was the only witness to his father's death.
Poor Chaz.
In his will, he stipulated that his funeral take place at dusk.
It's all rainy.
No one spoke at the funeral, but it was agreed among them that Royal would have found the event to be most satisfactory.
everyone.
Dude, incredible.
Come true.
Amazing. Okay, so is this my first Wes Anderson? I think it is. My eyes are a little. I got it. It made me a little teary-eyed. I didn't cry per se, but I think like there are certain types of like filming and art that evokes emotion. So even though this was comedic, I got a little. It hit me in my feelers a little bit, and a little sentimental, and like loving and confused and happy and sad and um like concerned, all of it. But yeah, I don't know, I really enjoyed this movie. um it's yeah, so I don't really know what else to say. I think this is one of those ones where it's like you kind of need to sit down and um kind of comb through it a little bit and come back with more of a well put together uh like a more well put together thought. What am I saying? I don't even know what I'm saying. I just feel like if you don't like this movie, then maybe you're not into like art or, just artistic works of film. Um, because I think there's gonna be like probably it looks like two opposing opinions on the movie. Like you have a very stacked cast of actors, obviously. Um, some household names that come through, and for a Wes Anderson film, at least to me, I feel like Wes Anderson now, at least, yeah, like I said, at least to me seems to be like a popular director. Um, but I mean, I don't know. I just don't think that there's anything that I don't like about this movie. Yeah, I think I pointed that out is that like I appreciate films and pieces of like art. I'm just kind of reading through some other people's thoughts. Let me just nix that. I always forget the little players in the corner, but like there are pieces of art that generally won't speak aloud for themselves, right? Like we're not gonna have somebody always sitting us down and explaining, this is why I made this way, and this was supposed to invoke this feeling, and this is how you should be feeling about it. Like that's not the point of making something that's supposed to be artful. It is supposed to tell a story, and it's supposed to create things that like multiple types of people might be familiar with, and some other people might dig into other things a little bit deeper as like subliminal messages will be placed in those. And it's like this, right? The dysfunction of the family, but also the love of the family and the characteristics of like the trauma. Like we have one male archetype, Royal, who has created trauma across all of his family in different ways. And also too, to say that like, did he come back and did he make a difference, and can people change? Like, did he end up changing? I don't know, there's just so many layers. And so I think describing it as like a push and pull to the feeling of this Wes Anderson film goes farther than just writing about like I even said it in my reaction, like I don't even know if I said it out loud actually, but just wondering like, okay, is there going to be are we going to see character development across any of these characters? But because of the way that it's filmed and directed, I feel like the push and pull of emotion goes beyond that. It almost becomes more human. It's like the way character development is written in most movies isn't actually how we operate as people. Like we all have our things, right? Like we're all kind of what did he say? Sons of bitches, or I'm like punching the desk. We're all like sons of bitches or a piece of shit, at times. And like can you change from being a piece of shit or from a son of a bitch? Chat's gonna be like beep, beep, bleep. I'm gonna get bleeped out. But it I think that's why however they did it, I don't know, but I'd have to go back and watch it again. It's hard to pinpoint in words like how they were able to kind of make that more human, like emotional pull and push that we actually go through that's not this, oh, and then, and then he became a good dad, and then he got the chance to be the good husband, and now they're the happy family, right? It's like, no, like he became a better person despite the things that he had done, and they are still of him. However, he grew and found a way to reposition how those things affect his world and the people in it as a dad, right? Which then in turn allowed his children to start to sort, not that it allowed them to do that, but it created this space that then kind of pushed everybody into a mode of like, they all ended up having to work through some sort of something, whether or not they were doing it consciously, but I also really, same as like the Truman Show, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Scott Pilgrim kind of had that effect. It's like this very dreamy, cerebral, surreal. I don't know. There's probably plenty of other words we could point to it, but that type of movie, or just visuals in terms of how it's filmed, and even the writing, the line delivery too of the characters. I feel like no one was stuck on a monologue for too long in this movie, which I actually kind of liked. Like no one had this extreme drawn out point of dialogue. It's very like like back and forth. I don't like the pacing of the movie. Even though it's longer, the pacing of the characters and the script is very interesting. I don't know. This movie I could almost say it's kind of like a song, right? Like you're kind of like, and even the soundtrack that they end up picking, like, I don't know, it's kind of like you're bopping through it with these characters and nothing is stuck for too long. Like there's a lot of energy throughout this movie. And I think it even goes as far down to how the characters are delivering their lines and how the script was written. And I think too, just the set design as well, creating just like the spaces they created for each character. It's, it honestly, what could you compare that to? Like, I don't know, I always think of the I Spy books from when you're younger, how they would take pictures of the pages for I Spy, right? Like everything is like kind of out of order, but placed based on the setting or the person that it belongs to. Like each of the kids have their specific room, or the houses have these different rooms and levels that are like labeled and they're their own thing. And it's almost like this, like a dollhouse. And you, even in other areas, I don't know, like the hotel, like all over it's very framed. Like they do such a good job of framing with the environment around, which I really love. Movies that do that, or filmmakers that have an eye to be able to produce those kind of environments where you could stop it and it looks like a photo, or you could take a picture. It's almost like a photo set or like a photo booth, and you could get one still frame out of that if you wanted to. I don't know. I just really enjoy it because you feel sucked into this environment that's somehow familiar yet brand new, or like it's new to you, or something's off but it's also right. I don't know, like the back rooms is the way that I'd explain it. It's like dang, like you could have been there in a dream, right? But yeah, the soundtrack is incredible, the cast is awesome. I love everybody's little quips and qualms to their personalities, and I don't know, but I also like that it's emotional, but it's still very forwardly a comedy at the same time. But yeah, I don't know. I feel bad for anyone who it's not their cup of tea, and I'd say if you didn't like this movie, then maybe just try watching it again. So this is now again this is going to be up there on the list. I don't know if this movie will get a lot of views on the channel in terms of like the reaction itself, but from a perspective of somebody who is learning to love films and love movies as much as Chad and some of my other friends and some of you on the internet. I really, I don't know, show this movie to your friends. Like, I just want people to be talking about movies more. So yeah, I can't wait to hear Chad's thoughts on this. We always have little discussions once I'm out of the room. But yeah, thanks guys for hanging out and watching along, and I'll see you next time. Bye.